our people are working together with UEFA, with Leipzig, I guess, and we find out where we'll play the game. So it's not our decision. Well, nobody from Germany called me and asked me how is the situation in England. It's a general decision, obviously, about traveling from England. I think with all the stuff we are doing here, the record we have with cases, the discipline we show with all the stuff we do, I think it would be absolutely reasonable to make an exemption. But I don't know exactly who decides it in the German government, but they said so far not possible. But maybe it's good to see for German people who are not exactly in the subject. We are not infected. We have the same problems like you have. We know there's another strain, but we are really in a bubble, and we could play at Leipzig as well without spreading the virus. Just to say that at least once, because it's how it always was in that time. The rules are the rules, and we will accept them. So I don't know where we play.
Obviously, big game this weekend. Just on availability of players, has Kabak's international clearance come through? Is he ready to go straight in? How's Alisson and Fabinho and Mane? Any chance of playing?
International clearance, yes, is the answer.
International clearance, yes. And obviously, in the last few minutes, because 10 minutes ago, nobody told me that. Great. And then all three boys. So Ali feels much better, good enough to have an individual session today. And Sadio and Fab will be in parts of training today, team training, and that we will see.
And would you say Kabak was ready to go straight in such a big game?
I don't know. It's about our situation. We will see who can play again, who cannot, who should not play again, or should play again. All these kind of things, and then we will see. So in the ideal world, you have a few weeks and work together on defensive things, especially on organization, all these kind of things. The boys now, Ben and Ozan had yesterday an analyze meeting where they trained, but they had an analyze meeting where they got shown all the stuff we do usually, like a center half movie. And so today proper session, tomorrow proper session, and we will see. It's I don't know yet.
I'm sure you were expecting me to ask about the title race, but obviously after Wednesday night, Andy Robertson said, as this moment stands, we're not in the title race. We're 7 points behind them, and they have a game in hand. But how would a win change that perspective this weekend?
So after 2 years now, getting this question all the time, when we were close enough that it might have made some sense, I just don't see it in a moment. Look, you have to win football games. If you do that often enough, then there's a specific moment in the season when it's clear. Okay, now we go for it. We were in the last 2 years in that situation. In the moment, we are not. So why should we think about it? What we have to think about, collect enough points that it might happen in April, May again. But I don't know yet. So why should we only think about it? We only think about it because we got asked, but it's not important. It's not what drives you, what gets up every morning or drives us through the day. Without being so close to City or whoever is top of the table that we don't like football and we think that it's not worth working or whatever. That's not the case. We really try hard in a very, very tricky season. And we will continue trying 100%, and Sunday the next time.
Brilliant. Okay, we're going to go to Simon Crabtree, PLP for a couple. Simon.
Thanks, Jackie. Hi, Jürgen. Are you okay? Just a quick one, first of all.
Sorry, who's Jackie?
I thought you were Jackie Weaver. Sorry.
No. Oh, God.
Sorry.
Don't ask. Go on.
Don't. That's why I left it. Anyway, Jürgen, as far as fatigue is concerned, you mentioned the mental fatigue bit after the end of it as well. And I know Pep has spoken a little bit or touched upon the physical fatigue of things as well. And his team are apparently running less a lot this season than they were. And that's obviously paying dividends. So in terms of all that process, what do you need to do or what can you do?
Playing football, recover, train, recover, all that stuff. Using each single minute each day you can get to recover. That's how it is. And the more you keep the ball, but the lesser you have to run, probably. That's the truth. And yeah, that difference. That's just, we didn't have a break. I think City had a 2-week break for COVID reasons, and that all it's really tough. It's a tough year. It's a tough season. I know for some teams it looks like lesser, but for us, obviously, for the reasons you know, it's tough. And that's why I said when I spoke, it's actually the first time that I felt that way. But after a week with twice traveling to London, playing 2 intense games, 2 really good games, I don't think we run too much in these games. I don't think we run exactly as much as we had to win the game. And then we came back and faced a Brighton team who had a good idea, and we were not ready in that moment. Obviously, the boys wanted, but couldn't. And if they couldn't, then you see that. Then there are two possible reasons. They don't want. I can say that's not the case, or they can't. So if that's the case, you have to think why they couldn't. And that was the thing what I was talking about after the game, and that's all. And now we have another 4 days, and things are different and stuff like this. So we had twice the short end of the week, like 2 days in between the games. So that's really short with the travel. That's no excuse. It's just an explanation. And for that game, we were not fresh enough. That's it.
There's some odd anomalies this season with away wins. I don't know whether it's over 40% this season of being away wins, which would be the highest ever in the Premier League if it was to continue than that. And there's only been, I think, one in the last 24 meetings between you and Manchester City that's actually been an away win as well. So how do you given the fact that you've not won at Anfield, or you've lost the last 2 at Anfield, how do you get the magic back to make sure that run, the away wins don't suddenly